The idea of multiple realizability has to do with the fact that we can make models of things that are stable causal patterns, even if the substrate changes in particular ways. Right? So, for instance, you can let the same program run on different computers with different architectures as long as there are certain specifications met that allow the software to run. And analogously, you could say that observe that your mind is stable even if you disturb the brain to some degree. Right? So you can kill a number of neurons and your mind is going to entrain new ones. You can change the neural chemistry within certain parameters or the temperature of your brain. And so the physical makeup of the substrate is changing, but the function that is enacted by the substrate at a certain level of abstraction, at a certain coarse graining, remains the same.
Right.
And this is, of course, a source of big confusion. Are these coarse-grained patterns real or not? Right? And or do they produce downward causation and so on? And of course, when we are talking about these models of reality, we are always talking about models. And I think emergence or supervenience are fundamentally relationships between different descriptions. So you have a description at the level of, say, activations of cells and a description at the level of mental representations. But you can change many of the cells and many of the activations of the cell, and yet functionally having the representations the same, having the function that is implemented by them.
Because the representation supervenes on the cells?
Yes. But it's not necessarily the same thing as different programming languages express the same thing. So this universality is a subtly different property. It describes the fact that ultimately what computers are doing is that they describe causal structure via state transitions. And you can group these state transitions and build relationships to them in different ways. So you can project them into different description languages, but the causal pattern can be the same. And so this universality says that all these description languages, once they allow you to describe one of those computers, one of those systems, can be used to describe all the others. So for instance, the Church-Turing thesis, it's a thesis, it's not a proof, so it's a conjecture, but it says that whenever you have a machine, like a computer that can enact Java, you can use this Java programming language to simulate another computer that runs C, for instance, and vice versa. And you can implement all of these computers on a Turing machine and vice versa. Of course, the graphics are going to suck on the Turing machine.